Hello, and welcome to Forest and Flame on the Critical Misses Twitch channel. My name's Avalon. I use she, they pronouns, and I am here to GM this lovely group through an original tale set in the Humblewood system. Small disclaimer, this is a very rule of cool homebrew kind of game, so if that's your jam, stick around. I'm truly so excited after a very long hiatus to be back with this wonderful crew. And I am going to let them introduce themselves and their character, starting with, who's next to me? We'll say Foxy.
It's me. Hi, everybody. It's Young Foxy, also known as Big Foxy, aka your favorite fox. Tonight, I am playing Ijani, the Vulpin Paladin, who has, again, missed you all so very much, and I'm so glad to be back. It's going to be great. Let's have a great time, guys. And I guess next to me would be Lynn.
Hey, I'm Lynn, aka Flying Sears, she, her. And I'm playing Mallory, the Corvam wizard. Also she, her. And yes, I'm very happy to be back with everyone playing our little life-building creatures.
Hi everybody. My name is Polka Kells, also known as Kells or Kelly. Anything is good. But tonight I don the role of Clarkia Skipjack, Squirrel Gerbean, ready to roll some dice and kick some booty.
Is that everybody? No, of course it's not everybody. It's Mallard.
Hey, that's me. I'm Milan, also known as Mallard on the internet. And I'm going to be playing Hugh, and we both use he, him pronouns.
Thank you very much. All right, I'm super excited. And thank you, everybody in the chat, for joining us. So, it's been a little while. So I will ease into our little recap. For as long as words and drawings have been kept, 4 creatures of the Brightwood have maintained balance over the sacred flame, each creature possessing control over an elemental spirit. That was the way of things until 10 generations ago, when a human built a large school of magic near the forest's border. He invited the 4 guardians of the sacred flame to a banquet in their honor, and they, their artifacts, were never seen in the forest of Brightwood again. That night, the sacred flame flickered out in the forest and appeared in the great hearth of the school's feasting hall. Snow fell that never melted, and the forest grew dark and treacherous. After escaping a human wizard's hut, you journeyed past the jaws and destruction of the yellow dragons to the Ursa's Lake, where you fought a flaming bear and reawakened the forest's flame, earning the powers of the guardians of the flame in the process. With the help of Ervut and Tank and Tonk, you floated down a river that had appeared overnight, rescuing the incorrigible highwayman possum Adam along the way, who is now Johnny's best friend. After nearly sailing your raft over a waterfall, Hugh spied his family farm ruined in the path of the yellow dragons and leapt off of the waterfall to investigate. There, we all met several truly lovely ducks, whose names we couldn't fully remember, and so we were calling them Steph and Jason. and I believe we ended with you all spending the night there. All right. It is morning. What would you like to do?
Well, we need to get a move on. Now, I believe there was talks about building a new raft to head down the river.
That's true. I took the liberty of doing some of that last night. Couldn't sleep very much. Got a good chunk of it done. As long as we can finish things up by mid-morning, we should be able to set back off down the river without too much delay.
All right, then let's get started.
All right.
I think Q is just going to go and try and help however he can to build the raft.
Excellent. As a somewhat small retcon that I feel strongly about and have the power to say, I'm going to say Tank and Tonk did not leave. Yes. And instead, they slowly made their way down the waterfall and are using their magic beaver powers of wood, regular beaver powers, to help rebuild that house.
Regular beaver.
Oh, great.
Magic too.
Fantastic.
Yeah, regular magic beaver. All right. All right. So in addition to that, we'll say, we'll say for the sake of time that you all spend some time there, you get nourished, you enjoy hanging out with a lot of ducklings, and you rebuild a raft and are on your way downriver.
I believe that Ajani's coat was the sail of the raft.
Oh, even better. It's his robes, actually.
Oh, his robes. So can you wear your armor? Do you have armor? So, okay, I just want to make sure that we have a good picture of what Ajani's looking like right now.
He's still wearing his armor, but
with armor. Okay.
Yeah, he's just in the buff under it. So he's a little uncomfortable, but he's
hilarious.
We're just not talking about it is all it is.
We're all politely not mentioning it.
Yeah, we all know what's up.
Adam comes up to you.
Oh.
Maybe not him.
Is that armor Is it chafing?
Have you seen my Warhammer recently? Would you like to?
Here in front of everyone?
Please walk away.
Okay. Walks away slowly, like it
you.
was his idea. All right. So you all will say bright and early set off downriver. You notice that the river here is a lot more calm. It's also slower, sort of meandering compared to the river up above the waterfall.
The waters are easier here. It's a welcome rest.
Yes, this is much better.
A
Also
welcome
much-
rest, but much slower.
Yes. And
Well-
I'm fine with it, at least until, hopefully there won't be any more, sudden falls.
Agreed. I didn't like having to dry my fur out last night. It's quite the process.
What do you mean? You just, shake it off and all the water will just wick off naturally.
He'll literally just move a tuft of his arm. Feathers, fur.
That's a fair point.
I'm honestly a bit jealous. It seems pretty easy for, well, you at least.
We all have
Yeah.
our talents and we all have our shortcomings. That's what makes everyone who they are.
Wise as
can-
always, madam.
I mean, I can fly, but I'm not as lucky to be waterproof, so.
I have to say, that's one thing I'm certainly envious of. Flight just seems so fun.
I won't lie, it is fun. Also, you don't have to worry about, falling as much.
Yeah, that's certainly helpful, I suppose.
While you're all enjoying this moment of calm and sailing down the river, we'll say the morning passes without incident. Is anybody sort of on watch for stuff in the water or any obstacles?
I believe that I would want to be doing that just as part of my constant vigilance.
Excellent. Can you please roll perception?
Absolutely. Hello. Ooh, we're looking at a 10.
Okay, 10 flat.
Uh-oh.
10 flat. 10 with bonuses, so 10.
All right. Well, honestly, this is very lulling and not a very exciting day. It's kind of nice to have this short break.
Perhaps Clark lets her guard down a little bit and is kind of watching the trees and reminiscing.
As you let your guard down, the raft does kind of lurch a little. It doesn't get stuck on anything and there's no damage done, but it is enough that it splashes up and gets a Johnny wet again.
Ah, by Colin. Is my God punishing me for this trip? I've been a good boy, I swear.
I am not super knowledgeable about things higher, but I imagine getting back at you would be, if it was just splashing water, I think you got up pretty easy, so.
I find it hard to believe that you would have done something to warrant a god's wrath, Johnny.
I try to live by my Lord's code, but, well, no one is perfect.
Is there
However,
something you want to talk about, friend?
It's just, I don't know. Call it my nature, I'm sure some will, but there are definitely places where I fail to be as honest as I have to be, or where I feel I falter in my duty to protect people. It's tough, but everything is an effort, yes? And as long as I'm putting in that effort, I wager that puts me above at least some folk. Cuts a glare straight to Adam.
I think Melry notices maybe your gut is testing you, and looks at takes a knowing head cock toward Adam.
I did
Certainly.
not do anything to deserve this.
I scowl at him just because.
Fine. All I tried to do was liven it up.
You're better when you're not talking. You're at least cute then.
That shut him up.
Oh, Johnny's Oh my, that worked.
Compliments will get you anything.
Not for long, apparently.
That's pretty funny. All right. So, Clarkia, as you're having this conversation, you start to hear a faint, familiar sound from the wood on the riverbank. And it's sort of like a bird song.
No.
Madam?
Something wrong.
Clarkia looks aghast, like perhaps maybe a ghost. She's seen a ghost, and she like looks like she's not fully comprehending. And at this moment, like she seems almost oblivious to everything else that's going on around her. And she kind of like goes up to the front of the raft and is just looking off in the direction with her ears just totally like perked, listening out for the sound. Thinking maybe that it might have been just her imagination for a second.
Quiet.
It's quiet. She pulls out a whistle from her pocket and brings it to her mouth.
Never gets old.
After a short pause, you hear the same thing in reply.
You mentioned the other night. Yes. The other night, you mentioned that you were listening for a reply to your song. Is that it?
Is this a test? Is this whole river a test? This seems very, very strange. She's clearly extremely rattled, and she's trying to like make sense of something in her mind. She says, first we come upon the farm, and now that's a sound that I didn't expect to hear again.
It's a bird.
She glares at him.
Quiet you.
Of course you would think that.
Should they stop?
I'm not sure. I don't know if it's safe. But it would be for me. I'm sorry. I know our mission's really important, but something is telling me that I need to see what this is.
Hey, we all stopped on my account. There's no reason why we can't return the favor.
My God's decree is to eat the burdens of others, and I would follow you anywhere.
So it's not that I don't want to stop, but you look like you've seen a ghost. Do we want to stop?
I don't know. I might have heard one.
Right.
But I can't just go on without investigating. It's been too long since I've heard that. And though it may just sound like a bird to you, it's not.
Then we stop.
Yes.
All right. You all are able to pull your raft to the side very easily. The waters are still calm. If you want to embark.
Clarkia gets off right away and says, looks back at her friends and says, this is not without risk. I don't want to lead you into danger, and I don't want to lead you all into a trap, but it could very well be one, and it very well could not be one. You, and she looks at Adam again. She says, are you one of those roaming bandits with no troop, or do you have any workings of the larger bandit society?
I do have a troop. We are just temporarily separated.
Mm-hmm.
It took his things and left.
Well, I would say that I have built an even better troop now.
Please tell me you don't mean us.
We are not a troop. We are not a troop just yet, but I am, as much as it pains me to say it, I may have use for some of your particular skills in this case.
I'm in.
Plus, I care less if you get injured than my other friends.
I'll forget that part.
And I want to investigate, but I really want to make sure the coast is clear. If you all hear me blow my whistle again, that means things are safe, and then we can maybe you can join. But I'm just a little afraid.
All right. Shall we move forward together?
Yes. Stay right behind me and don't do anything stupid.
The two of you, please be careful. And he'll hold up a hand, and there's a slight wisp of golden sort of like sparkles to go over you too, as I'll cast a level 1 bless on both of you. Add a D4 to a saving throw or an attack roll.
Nice.
Thank you.
I can do something to make it even easier for us, hopefully. And she'll throw some glittery dust in front of her, and she'll go invisible.
Oh.
There.
Great.
She'll go behind Adam. It's like, I'll keep my eye on you, of course.
I'd like to make my way toward the sound, slowly and carefully.
Okay. Are you stealth or just
For sure.
cautious?
Yes. For sure. Yes. I would like to see what's making the sound before it sees me. And
Because Johnny just kind of turns and is like, so how are you, Hugh?
You know, a little, I wouldn't say overwhelmed, but definitely not underwhelmed. Just a certain level of whelming about the whole situation back home.
He'll put a hand on her shoulder. You went through a great deal the other day. It's all right to feel like you can't feel it all just yet.
I'm excited to be back on our, I won't say regular, nothing about this adventure's been regular, but our predetermined course.
We are certainly on a mighty quest, but all of life is a quest. Be certain to take time for rest, yes? And take care of yourself. I'm here if you need anything, even if it's just to talk.
I'm actually more of the sit in silence to contemplate type.
Whatever you need, friend.
But if you'd like to talk,
I always enjoy your company. You know that, right?
I mean, I'd like to think so.
I will leave you with your thoughts then. I'll go see if I can't find anything fun to snack on while we're out.
All right. So everybody who is going sneaking forward, stealth roll, please.
I rolled an 11 plus 5, so I'm a 16.
Okay.
There it is. 21.
All right. Well, you make a stealthy little sandwich with a clumsy Adam in the middle who rolled 6. But honestly, he's doing his best. He's not trying to sabotage the effort.
Damn it.
He's really trying, especially because now he has to sort of live up to this idea he has that he is your bandit leader. All right. So as you edge forward, trying to ignore the frustration at Adam crunching on twigs behind your back, the brush is very thick. And so you are able to sneak, but you're not really seeing anything. You don't have a large line of, or a long line of distance.
Mm-hmm. I would like to pull out my whistle out of my pocket again and just do a quick.
You hear it slightly off in the distance, just a little deeper into the brush.
This is too strange. Why would this be happening to us? This has been years. And one day after the next, this just doesn't make any sense.
Not that I don't appreciate a good mystery. Who do we think it is that is tweeting back?
She's an old friend. One that I haven't seen in a very long time, and I actually didn't know or even have hope until just this moment that she might still be alive.
All right.
Which
Well,
is why
I still have your back.
You know, I didn't expect that from you, Adam, but I'll take it in this case. For as rough around the edges as you are, I can tell that you have had friends.
I'm incredibly polished.
She's still a little biased. I would like to sneak up forward and continue to push forward and, whatever that may mean.
Sure. You push further into the underbrush. It's starting to become, the trees are just so thick and overwhelmed with vines. It's not a vine that you're necessarily used to. It's almost invasive the way that it's stretching across everything. But it's a beautiful shade of green, and there is a certain stillness out here.
You wouldn't call this like an entanglement or some sort of magical vine. I asked because Clarkia does have some vine spells, and I wonder if she would recognize it as a vine spell if it were, or if it's just unrecognizable.
Sure. Maybe, do we think whatever is higher for you, whether it's nature or something magical, because I think either would apply.
They're not too, actually they're the same. So
Okay.
They're the same. Ooh, that would be a 3. Thank you.
Okay. I will say, based on the background and the fact that you have that ability, that rolling an advantage seems appropriate to me.
All right, let's see here. 19 now.
Excellent. This vine seems unfamiliar to you. Mm-hmm. You can't rule out the possibility that it could be magical, but it's not currently doing anything magical. Although you have a sense that if it started to, there sure is a lot of it.
Okay.
So just as you are starting to feel like it's incredibly dense and you haven't heard anything in a while, and maybe you're considering blowing your whistle again, you do at the edge of the clearing see what looks like a very bushy tail move past.
What color is it?
It's hard to say, but against the background of that bright green, it's sort of an auburny, browny color.
I think Clarkia would lower her guard and she would run toward it.
Okay. So as you start rushing towards it, you get to where you think it was and you're not seeing anything. But just as you start to feel sort of frustrated, like this has become some sort of a game or you're being teased, you notice that there's actually a bird in a clearing up ahead.
Willa. What, can I determine the type of bird?
Sure. It's small. And it looks a little lost, like it's looking around sort of frustrated or helplessly. And then you do see it open its beak and make that noise.
And when that happens, Clarkia just visibly deflates. And she hangs her head for a second. And she looks around her one more time, kind of just a little bit desperately. And then she says, she calls out to it. She says, "Friend, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to deceive you. I have a bird mimic whistle, you see. But I'm here if you're calling for help."
She turns to you, and she has sort of pale gray, sort of mottled coloring. And she hops over to you very quickly. And you notice that her wing is in a sling. And she's young and she's nervous. And she's not sure if she should trust you, but she's so relieved to see someone else.
You look like you've injured yourself. I want to pull out a healing kit from my pack.
Oh, thank you. I am injured, but not as much as my friend.
Your friend is injured?
Yes. It's a very long story. I fell out of my nest, and there was a bobcat, and then this man appeared and he helped me with the bobcat, and they fought and he chased the bobcat off. But I'm just so worried about him. There was so much blood, and I don't know if I can fly to get back home.
We need to help you. Which direction did they go off in? I have some friends with me, and we can help to find him. We can keep you safe.
Well, that's part of the problem. And she kind of, with her wing that isn't injured, she kind of gestures. It's like, once you're in here, it all sort of looks the same. And you notice that you are completely disoriented now that you're in this clearing.
What do you mean in here?
Well, I don't know. I just haven't. Every time I run into the woods, I just feel like I end up back here.
Clarkia wants to look around to see if she can see her compatriots that she came here with.
Sure.
Close by.
Yes, they followed close behind you, and they've broken into the field with you.
Okay.
Unless Mallory wouldn't have. I want to leave that up to you, Lynn. But if she would have, then
Yeah, she is staying pretty close.
Sure.
It's visible.
Yeah.
Well, if there's something amiss about these woods, then you best stay close by. It may not look like it, but there are 3 of us in my little group here, and we will keep you safe. I guess my healer's kit doesn't really apply to her because she's not like unconscious, but I guess I won't use that. And do you have any idea of which direction they went in? Are you strong enough to travel with us so that we can help you find them?
Oh yeah, I can't fly, but it seems like neither can you, so should be fine.
Never been able to manage it myself.
Yeah. Is it just, you said you have 3 of you?
Yes, one of us is under invisibility. We weren't sure what we were walking into. I don't want her to waste her spell, but she's nearby.
Okay.
She won't harm you.
You get the sense that she believes you, but she's a little unnerved by not knowing where this other person is. All
You're
right.
welcome to make a sign if you'd like to, Mallory. And I kind of look in the general direction I believe her to be in.
She'll just it's like, hello, Clarky is correct. I mean you no harm. She's doing the thing where she's like kind of running in like different directions, just kind of having the voice like come from different.
She the second that you start talking, she like hops away from where your voice is coming from. Okay. Well, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, but if you can find him, I really think he needs your help.
Are there any signs that we can pick up from the environment about, if there was blood? Is there any blood visible on the ground with a quick search?
Investigate it.
Investigate it. 12.
There does appear to be some blood going off into the woods.
Okay, everyone. Well, just be on your guard, and please. I'm so sorry. My name's Clark. What is your name? I say to the bird.
Sure. My name is Marin.
Hi, Marin. Stay right behind me. I promise we'll keep you safe. Okay. And I would like to follow the blood trail.
All right. You push off into the wood, and you are going a little ways. It seems like you might be losing the trail at one point, but you pick it back up again. And eventually you come across in heavy armor. It looks like a Saren or a deer, just kind of hunched over.
Excuse me. Is this your friend?
Yeah, that's him.
Are you all right? Is he responsive?
I've been better, but I am doing quite well in the grand scheme.
We came to look for you at the request of your friend. Marin's just here.
Oh, well, it's my lucky day then. You wouldn't happen to have a healer between you four, would you?
Not between us, but there are more of us out in the out back the way that we came.
I suppose it's a long walk.
Not too long from where we started. Are you able to make it?
If I can lean on one of you, I'm sure that I could.
Of course. Though Clarkia is somewhat small in stature, she tries to offer as much support as possible.
Sure. I think that given the height difference, there might be an awkward pause, hoping that Adam will step up for this. And he begrudgingly does. And he's just like, old man, why are you even in the woods? Please don't bleed on me. And you very slowly make your way back. While all this is happening, Hugh and Ajani, anything that you're up to?
I think Ajani found some berries and brought them back to share as a snack between him and Hugh, and they're just having some idle chatter, just
snacking.
Just snacking.
Nice. All right. As you all make your way back, he introduces himself. It's like, thank you very much for someone small. You're incredibly brave. My name is Sir Vendus Morin. What brings you deep in the wood?
We're on a. We have been called on a very important mission, and this, albeit was somewhat of a distraction. I thought that your friend Marin here was someone else, but I am still glad that my mistake led me to you, so that you guys didn't have an unfortunate end in this forest.
Well, I think that young Marin will spend most of her life being mistaken for others, as she is a mockingbird. She must have heard that song before for her to know it, though.
Is that right? You wouldn't remember by any chance where you'd heard such a thing?
Well, I know that I heard it late at night, and I was trying to investigate it, and that's why I fell out of my nest. And it's just been sort of stuck in my head since then.
I see. I think Clarkia assumes that it was probably her that Marin heard, and again, somewhat deflates and kind of tries to convince herself that okay, it was nothing, it was not, and trying to just hide her disappointment. Though I don't think that would be very easy for her to do on her face, as she's not used to that sort of thing. So she looks visibly disappointed, but she nods and she accepts it.
Sir Morin takes note of that and asks, have you lost someone?
I believe I have, yes. At least I haven't seen her in many, many years. And I last saw her under frightening circumstances, to say the least. At least uncertain ones. So I've never really known whether to just let her go or assume that maybe she's still out there. But after so long, it's hard to think that there's any hope of that.
I see. Well, if she remains, I'm sure you'll find her.
I hope so.
So at that point, you all reach your friends back at the riverbank. Noshing.
We've brought some guests And she gestures to her new companions.
Johnny,
I heard.
Taryn, sorry, go ahead, please. It just. Oh, are they here? Master?
Very good.
This is a fated day. Are you the one who's going to heal me?
Are you injured? Of course, please. Let me help you.
It is the second you two know each other.
Yes, this Cervantes Morin took me in. He trained me as a paladin.
This is too strange. I don't understand this. How could we all have such significant happenings in such a short amount of time? Doesn't this seem a little bit off to any of you?
Mayhap, as Melry said, it's a test.
If it's a good story, good test along the road.
Well, yes, please, by all means, Johnny, do your best with him.
Oh yeah, Johnny will immediately come over and like try to like lay him down and press both of his hands towards him and let them glow with a bit of golden energy. I have 30 health in my lay on hands pool. How much do I feel like I need to blow to get him to a suitable, healthy position?
Well, I will say that as he entered the area that you all have been hanging out in, he was being supported by Adam. It seems like he couldn't bear his own weight. And as he pulls his hand away, you can see that breaking through his armor and his side where his ribs are, there's a huge gash, like a claw swipe.
Oh,
So you
no.
would be very concerned.
Oh, Master, what happened?
Well, I was trying to defend our young Marin here from a bobcat who saw an easy lunch, and we find ourselves together.
I will do what I can.
It's
Do you think it's
appreciated.
possible that the cat is still around?
I mean, I didn't kill him, but I would be shocked if he wanted to have another encounter with me.
Fair enough.
I think he was just an opportunist.
Many are.
Yep. So I'm willing to dump my entire lay on hands pool into him. I'll dump all 30. It's fine. I have no problem with that.
It's whatever you think a Johnny would do.
Oh yeah, Johnny would dump the entire pool. He has no problem.
Please don't feel like you need to totally nerf yourself for an NPC. If you don't
Johnny
want to.
would. Like Johnny is very concerned and scared and worried. He would immediately just like pour any amount of divine magic he can into him.
Okay. Well, as you lay on paws and they glow golden, you see that his heel or his wound sort of knits itself back together.
It's not perfect, but it should hold for now.
Well, I mean, if you ask me, it feels as close to perfect as I have in probably a decade. So thank you.
You flatter me, Master. I am only the skilled because of your teachings.
You know very well then that I do not flatter, I only tell the truth.
Yes, sir.
So, I hear that you all are on some sort of journey of significance.
Yes. He'll hold up his locket. I believe we've been made guardians of this forest now. We are to find the old false flame and, well, quench it. Or, I guess, squash it. Get rid of it.
Interesting. And all of you are on this journey together?
Well, the four of us, yes. We were all chosen to do so together. Adam here just seems to be joining us.
I feel like I've been chosen.
Believe me, we're not chosen. We're getting you back to civilization as a favor, friend. And she seems surprised that she accidentally said friend to him.
He clocks it. All right. Well, here you all are. We'll say that it is probably between the journey downriver and the trip to the Ivy. It's probably getting to be evening.
How much progress do you think we still have to make it to the castle grounds?
By river, it would be a day.
Progress does worry me. We keep on having these strange events happening. Not that it's bad that any of you are here, but I'm very worried about us getting to our destination on time. Irva did say that time was of the utmost importance.
Well, there are 6 of us, not counting Tank and Tonkbot by the boat. I assume there's enough room that if we wish, some of us could rest while the rest of us keep watch. Travel by
Yes.
night could be possible, I suppose.
Always good to have more eyes.
Night
Keep
watch
eyes
never
out.
bothered me.
All right. Do you mind if we come along? Can your raft accommodate us?
I believe it
Nothing.
can.
Nothing would give me more pleasure, Master, to have you travel alongside me again, to
Excellent.
learn from you again.
And I am more than happy to help with watch or whatever it is that you need. After a good rest, I should also be able to provide some healing. Should you need it. You all seem fine.
Well, I'm certainly still feeling fine, other than I might mind a rest to connect with my god again and see if I can't replenish my strength, but that can come later. For now, especially those of you who are injured still, please come along board and let's rest as we travel. We'll spot watches as we have to.
Marin's a little uncertain because this will almost certainly take her further away from wherever home is.
Yeah, I think Ajani would probably clock that, and he'd kneel down to her and just, little one, we are certainly about to travel far, and you'll be safe with us, but if you don't wish to go, you can return home if you can get there.
Well, I think I could try. I'm just nervous.
I certainly wouldn't want you to get harmed along the way.
We can't let her go alone.
Agreed.
I could come if you promise you'll bring me back.
I mean, I'll definitely be heading up the river again.
But when is that going to happen? I want to be realistic here, and I want to make sure that you're okay. We may be heading into danger, Marin, to be quite honest with you. I don't really know what we're headed towards. But we're happy to help you either way.
Hugh will look towards the twins. Now, there are 3 of us, and this is a 2-person raft, but I do have to go to the school. Do you think one of you 2 could help accompany the young madam back home?
Kind of turn to each other and turn back to you. I mean, in theory, we could find her tree, but unless she wants me to knock it down, I don't think I can help her get back up in the nest, you know?
Well, then I suppose it's settled. We either all go and take Marin back ourselves, or we all go forward. Marin, the choice is yours. If you would like to, we're happy to send you home. I am anxious to get on with our quest, but your safety and your happiness is more important.
I am sworn to the welfare of others.
Tonk and Tink kind of exchange another glance and say, it might be easy for us to just bring her back upriver to your place, Hugh, for now. Do you think she would be welcome there?
Oh, definitely. We have, well, I mean, I don't know how much hospitality there would be at the moment, but we've had travelers come through all the time. And I'm sure one of my siblings would be happy to take her when the time's right.
All right. They sort of turn back to each other and like flip a coin for who will leave and then part ways.
Marin, before you leave, can I ask you something? The call that you can make, it sounds so much like my whistle. I wonder if you think that you heard me. I usually call at night, looking for my old friend. I was wondering maybe if you heard me out in the woods and called back, which means that we wouldn't be fully strangers after all.
Oh, and she opens her beak and makes a replica of the sound again, which is a little bit haunting for you to hear it so close. It's like, yeah, I suppose so. If you're the only one who makes this noise, it must have been you.
I guess it must be. Well, if anything, I guess that does give me some hope that this wood is a lot smaller than I think it is.
Well, it's a strange noise to make for a squirrel, I'll say that.
I'm sure it is. But regardless of whether or not it was my friend, I'm glad that I heard it again, because for just a second it did remind me of a time, at least, when I was happy. So thank you. I'm glad that our paths crossed, and I'm glad that you're all right.
Well, thank you for your help.
And if you do hear that noise out in the woods again, well, I guess I hope that it's me. But if it isn't, then, and you find her, just tell her that Clark's been looking.
Okay. This goes over her head a little bit, but she appreciates the amount of attention that you've given her.
She's so cute.
He kind of like goes over to Tonk and like nestles into her back, and Tonk slides into the river to swim upstream.
That means you would slip into the water to help Tank with the raft from here on out.
Sounds good.
Oh.
Onward.
Mm-hmm.
Onward.
Onward indeed.
Hope she finds what she's looking for.
I hope so as well. May Galwin keep her safe.
So as you travel on the river and the sun sets, it's a very dark night. It doesn't seem to be much of a moon to speak of, and it is fairly hard to see.
This darkness is rather heavy. Should we take
It
watch in
is.
Paris?
Perhaps.
I think that would be advisable.
To be honest, I'm probably going to have trouble sleeping. I would not mind taking first watch.
Again, minus replenishing my magics or my connection to Galwin, I haven't much need for rest yet. I can certainly take first watch with you, madam. Master, I implore you to get some rest for now. That wound is certainly still not fully closed.
Well, I will get rest for now, but I insist on taking second watch.
I cannot tell you no.
All right. So, which of the two of you would like to be looking out? Or I would say either one can roll with advantage as a help from the other, or you can both roll separately.
You should definitely roll and with the advantage because I have like 10 wisdom.
I am a lookout, so
I'm a baby, okay?
the perception then.
Yes, please.
Okay. Roll 1 is an 8 plus 5, 13. Roll 2 is a 17 plus 5, 20.
Oh.
Who cares? 22.
22.
Great.
20
Nice.
big number.
20, who cares?
Well, we
numbers.
definitely
Not 22.
occasionally there are a couple of obstacles in the river that you have absolutely no trouble spotting well in time to let Tank and Hugh know to steer otherwise.
Great. I think during the watch too, I want to talk to Johnny and say, I'm really sorry for taking us off course. I suppose that it's fortunate that we ran into your old master. Still seems so strange to me, but I'm sorry. I shouldn't have held on to hope for so long about something that I should have given up on so long ago.
Never apologize for that. Madam, I would follow you anywhere. If there is something you need, something you care to deal with, I'll be beside you.
Johnny, you're a very sweet friend, but I fear that if you really knew the type of person that I was, that you would not be so eager to defend my actions. I like to think that I try harder now than I used to.
He'll offer an awkwardly coy smile for his usual bookish self and just, forgive me, madam. Do I live in yesterday?
Please forgive the computer troubles. You cut out and I did not hear what he said.
Just forgive me, madam. Do I live in yesterday?
Do you live in yesterday? What do you mean by that, Johnny?
As in, do I exist currently in the past? Or am I here right now?
Well, you're here right now, of course. And you existed in the past, I'm sure, but that's what are you getting at here?
If I'm here now, then all I care about is who you are now. Who you were, it's the past. And we don't live there anymore.
Part of me really wants to believe that that's true. But there are good things in my past as well. And that's even longer ago, so long ago that I don't even trying to remember them is hard. How do you do it? How do you stay now when there's so much that could have been different?
My family used to move a lot, travel between cities and selling whatever wares we could find, trading in lore and entertainment. So I've never really been used to holding things too close. Honestly, the only thing I ever really bothered to care too much for besides my family was, well, this girl I knew once. Any case, I guess for me, it's a matter of faith. People are always changing, always becoming different things. And what are we if not just a collection of all the people whose memories we've taken with us? I am just my mother and father, my sisters, my master, all of you. You all make up what I am. And who you are, the amazing and powerful woman you are now. Those good things from your past help make it. Even if you can't remember them, they're still part of you.
I think Clarkia, listening to Johnny say this, she starts to like softly cry.
Oh, he gives her a big hug, definitely. He pulls her in, just if she wants, like he'd offer like.
She takes it. She takes the hug. She says, perhaps all the people that I've lost, I carry with me too. Even if they're never going to come back.
It's
maybe
nighttime,
carrying, yeah.
I think he, again, push the head back a little bit, just like very slowly tilt her chin up a bit. Just, it's our belief that all the dots in the heavens are the lights that carry us. The people who leave us behind, they become our bastion against the darkness. They guide us until we join them. If you ever feel lost, look up a bit.
Perhaps I should try. And she does stare at the stars for a quiet and long time.
Yeah. I think after a while, he wouldn't say anything more, just kind of like let her sit silently for a bit and keep her company.
And I think right before the end of the watch, she just quietly says, thank you.
For you, anything.
All right. So the second watch begins. Sir Morin will be one. Adam cannot be the other because we cannot have two NPCs be the only people who are awake, unless we just want to fast forward.
I was going to take third watch with Adam, actually.
Okay, great. Hugh, you should probably get some sleep if you're paddling this whole time.
I mean, enough to not like suffer exhaustion, but he doesn't need a long rest tonight.
All right, no problem. All right, so I will say that. Is anyone keeping Sir Morin company?
Yeah, Melbury will.
Thank you. Ah, all right, Corvum, let's have at it.
Something on your mind?
Well, I have faith that whatever has brought you all here has a higher power and greater purpose for us all. I must admit that I don't see how the pieces connect quite yet, though.
Things never quite do. It's like anything that you put together doesn't quite come together till the very end. And then you look back at it, makes sense. Or
Very wise.
spells, stories, prophecy, that sort of thing always seems like that.
And may I ask how our young Ajani has been on this journey?
You should be proud of him. Although, I have noticed that he rather puts a lot of burden upon himself.
He's always carried so much weight. I think, though, that you wouldn't know this, but I have the benefit of the hindsight that you described. The weight seems lighter.
That's good. Well, it would be disheartening to have it more. Seems to have a good heart.
The best heart. And what's more, I think that he's been looking for people to share it with his whole life, and I think he's found some.
Really?
Yes.
Guess I've never thought of it as a group past the quest, past what we need to do.
No, you're all bonded.
Never quite looked at it that way. Huh. Gives me something to think about, I guess.
I shouldn't say you all are bonded. I'm not sure about Adam.
We're all not quite sure about Adam, to be perfectly honest. Our meeting was not, just say, did not make a favorable impression the first time.
If I can be honest, young Ajani didn't make the best impression on me the first time either.
Really? She'll kind of like go close to, she'll like do the little like open beak thing. Like, really? Well, there must be a story for that if you're going to bring that up.
It was hard, even for someone like me who's seen a lot of things. I don't think that I had ever seen anyone so pure of heart, so eager, so lost as Ajani was, and so willing to throw everything he had for a sense of meaning and goodness. And the Vulpin thing, who cares? But I didn't think someone that young could be so committed to something. And so I had my doubts about the sincerity. But he proved me wrong.
Well. That makes you feel. You know what? That's good to make you feel. I was hoping for some dirt, but paladins always very good.
You are certainly barking up the wrong tree if you're looking for dirt. Ajani is squeaky clean.
Well, That takes the fun out of it, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, you know me. Always looking for information, secrets, all sorts of stuff. But, it's good to know.
I think if you're looking for secrets, I would talk to your friend Clarkia.
And sometimes, not to go sticking your beak in places that you may not be welcome.
Wise yet again.
A few too many times of doing that and actually getting, lit on fire, that sort of thing.
Sure, I understand.
Learn quite quickly.
By Clarkia?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh, phew. She didn't seem like the type, but
you get into the close proximity and business of like wizards and whatnot. Curiosity can sometimes get the best of you.
I see.
Got cursed one time.
A curse?
Yes.
What happened?
Glowed. I glowed yellow for a good week. I thought it was funny.
That sounds like it was very distressing for you, especially for someone with such beautiful black feathers.
Oh, thank you. Well, I do have an image to keep up, and having, being mistaken for something else is where goes the glory? Where goes the adoration when people think you're somebody else, huh? I guess that was the curse.
Very interesting.
And you, where do you see that your path leading in the immediate future?
I've always just gone where the proverbial river takes me. Mallory, can you make a perception roll for me?
All right. Perception. There we go. Oh, good. 4. She was very involved in this.
All right.
It is talking. And
you're looking for dirt. Is what you were doing.
Dirt. Yeah, she was a little interested.
Just digging and digging. All right. It's been a captivating conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know that I will follow you all the way to the castle. That doesn't seem like a place for me, but I am happy to accompany you as long as feels right.
We could always use any help that we can get. We're probably going to need everything we have.
I think everything you have is each other, and you're doing quite well.
But you want to have some insurance that good stuff's going to happen to you.
I understand. All right, third watch.
I think Hugh has definitely had the sleep during the second watch and is now going to be up.
Excellent.
All right, let's get started. I'm not the best at being in the dark, if I'm going to be perfectly honest.
Well, lucky for you.
Are you able to see in the dark?
Well, hell yes, I am. I'm a nighttime bandit.
Get lucky me then.
How you doing, Hugh?
Interestingly, is the best way to put it.
For the first time in your life, I bet.
It hasn't always been easy. I mean, been away from home for a while, so yeah, life was not what I expected it to be.
What do you want life to be?
That's a really good question. I mean, it seems so easy and natural for everyone else. Johnny wants to be a paragon of virtue and help people. Melry wants to be the most powerful wizard. Clarkia wants to... I don't know what Clarkia wants. Well, whatever Clarkia wants next, it is. But
I think Clarkia wants to not be lonely.
I can relate. It's been a lonely road for me for a while.
Honestly, I think the four of you are miserably lonely, and it's great that you all became best friends with magic powers.
What about you? This whole robbing and stealing thing can't last forever.
Why?
But when faster's gonna get you. That's the way it always works.
I mean, I'm not going to live my entire life in fear of that happening. My plan is accumulate enough riches, scare enough people, earn enough loyalty through scaring people that I can build a high enough wall that I can get old and die.
Huh. I don't know if your strategy is going to work out that well.
Why?
I've seen a lot of people on my travels, and if there's one thing people love doing, it's being greedy. And if you've got something they want, they're not going to stop.
But on the other hand, I'm also greedy, and I'm also not going to stop. I'll fight some people off. Also, now I have very strong friends.
I'm not going to kill or even maim someone on your behalf if they haven't done anything to deserve it.
They've all done something to deserve it.
The time comes, and we'll see.
We'll see.
But tell me about this Aurora you mentioned last time.
Aurora, ugh, kills me. Aurora's fur is the finest of browns and blacks and lighter browns. She's tough, you know, but vulnerable. Kind of like Clarkia might have been in her heyday. You know the type.
I've definitely read about the type. Never had the chance to meet one. A firebrand type person.
Yeah. Well, don't get too excited because she's spoken for.
Oh, I was more of the opinion that how helpful is she going to be in doing all this?
Oh. I don't know, but it'll be great to see her, and I don't know, she may have some opportunities for me. Maybe get in with a new gang. I think that could help.
Maybe.
In terms of you all, I'm sure if you make it worth her while, she'll help you break into the castle at very least.
I'm sure we would have. There's no way we're going into that place without at least a few trinkets stashed away by at least one of us. So I'm sure we can come to an agreement.
And we still have the matter of my payment.
I'll be honest, that deal wasn't with me. I didn't really make that one.
I see.
But, I'd be happy to pay you in berries. I have plenty of those.
I'd take a couple right now.
Sure. And then a little leaf laden with like some small red berries with yellow spots on them. I don't think they're poisonous.
They're not.
I know, I'm just trying to mess with you.
Got to get up pretty early in the morning, Hugh.
Seems pretty early now.
And right on time, you see the sun start to split the horizon. All of you want to stir. Adam will go to sleep.
Nice big cat-like yawn for the very canine Ajani.
Ajani, you see that your master is already awake.
Good morning, master.
It is a beautiful morning. How did you sleep?
Well, I feel strong in my connection to Galwin again. I'm ready to do good works today.
Ajani, may I speak with you, free of judgment?
Of course, master. I would never judge you.
Should we all close our ears? There's not a lot of private rooms on this here boat.
This should be fine. You all are friends of mine. Yes?
Of course.
Then I
But we
trust you
wouldn't-
all.
We wouldn't want to ruin a private moment.
I can't help but wonder how this journey that you're on and this new role that you fill and these new powers that you've acquired, how that all fits in to your loyalty to Godwin.
I'll be honest, I'm not certain, master. I know that Galwin calls me to serve in whatever way that I can, to help the most people possible, no matter what it costs me. If being a guardian of this forest allows me to help people, then it's just one more portion of my calling. However, if these boons, these gifts we've been given, are meant to reflect some part of us, our nature, or something, I am not sure why I've been given the power I've been given.
Can you tell me more of this gift?
He'll hold out the locket again. I'm sorry. This locket of mine was blessed to distribute some sort of unique holy water. It is suffused with great power. Anyone I douse it will believe something I say as an absolute truth. I could lie to whoever I wanted with this. It's not a power I'm sure I know even how to use.
I must admit that gift doesn't seem righteous. It seems corrupt.
Do you believe perhaps this path is one I should not be walking?
I can't answer that for you, but might I look at it more closely?
Of course. He'll unclip it and hold it out to him.
Takes it in his hand, looks at it closely. And you say what power this has?
Supposedly, the holy water within it can convince anyone that touches it of whatever I say.
It's amazing to try to imagine how that could be used for good.
Yes, the concept of which certainly does vex me. I've yet to use the gift.
You see, as Sir Morin holds it in his hand tightly, there's like a small canine glint. And behind him, you see a swish of a brown and auburn tail.
Adam?
Adam's asleep.
Wait,
He's a possum.
hold on. I'm confused.
You watch as before you, what had once been the form of your master now starts to take on a more vulpine appearance.
Who are you?
I am the one you should have served from the beginning.
What is...
I think as the servant changes, more to a Vulcan appearance, Clarkia is on alert, and she puts her hand on her sword behind her back. This is immediately worried.
Yeah, Jean is in a very low stance, just kind of concerned.
He starts to stand up, sort of shaking off the hunch of age, and you see before you a Vulcan that grows darker, shadowed, and it is only in glints of light that those flecks of red and auburn sheen through. And they are tickled.
You are the Vulcan god.
I have tried for years to tempt you off your path, for years to bring you back to Kren. All this Gawain stuff, all of this fighting your nature, exhausting.
You know nothing of me or my nature.
Okay. Well, regardless, thank you for this trinket. It is beyond my wildest dreams.
Clarkia pulls her sword out and holds it up to the Vulcan's throat and says, "You are not welcome aboard our boat. You are not who you said you were, and you are not leaving this boat until you return that to him."
I absolutely agree that I am no longer on this ship. And the clothes crumple, and there is no one there.
I swipe at the air.
I lock it.
What was that? What was that?
Another test.
Well,
And
that
I believe I failed.
test took your.
Do you know who that was, Ajani?
A god. A foul trickster god. A lord over my people. One I have spent my entire life believing I have no calling to serve. I have been such a fool.
Ajani, the trickster god just stole an artifact that will make people believe anything.
And I let him. Oh, damn it!
She goes up to him and she puts her hands like on his shoulders and kind of just like gives a little shake. Now's not the time to get down on yourself.
Yeah, don't blame yourself.
I know that this is not ideal, but he used your trust and you have a great heart. And unfortunately, he exploited that, as people are wont to do to those with great hearts. But we need to figure out how to get that artifact back, because in the hands of a trickster, that could be earth-shaking.
He
You're right.
had us all fooled.
Yes, unfortunately, yes. It's quite convincing. No good gossip. That makes sense.
All right. While you stew on that, I'm going to cut to break.
Do that, definitely.
Oh no!
I can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe you've done
I can't believe no one in this game has rolled one insight check.
Johnny wouldn't. Why would he? It's his master. He's like, oh, hey, I know you. Fuck.
I lost my vigilance because
Hello. Hello and welcome back to Forest and Flames on the Critical Misses Twitch channel. You have joined us right after our intermission, right before we took a break. Johnny did something that he regretted. Johnny got tricked by a trickster god. What the hell are y'all gonna do?
Okay, so this thing has just disappeared. We're all awake. It's the morning, right? So I think Clarkia says, Johnny, I'm sorry. This is all my fault. If I hadn't gone after the bird sound, it wasn't it. I don't. Who knows who the bird was now? I just completely ruined us. I'm so sorry.
Don't blame us. Tricksters are practiced in this sort of thing, so any sort of weakness.
Could have known. We hadn't planned for this, madam. I could never blame you for this.
We've got to get it back.
I agree. Just how?
Well, the main problem is finding this trickster god again, because gods do move in mysterious ways. But if we can find the object, I'm relatively certain that we can plan a heist.
I'll put complete faith in you.
Don't, but thank you.
Well, I'm not sure about finding a god, but as far as getting ourselves close to this one, why not bring him back to us?
Yes.
Through worship?
Well, he did make it clear what he wanted.
Johnny, you can't break your vow. You of all of us have.
Maybe, is it possible to bend it in service of tricking a trickster? Would that be against Paladin?
Not certain
what you
I
would do?
can myself make the lie, but if we can convince this trickster god that I am willing to accept him, mayhap just the thought of it is enough to entreat him. Gods are capricious things, if nothing else. I won't lie, though. The mere thought of even feigning revoking my oath puts a very bad feeling in my stomach.
It can feel scary to not tell the truth, especially to one who is so used to doing so. As much as I hate to say it, lies have their uses too. Lies can protect and lies can achieve an end. And if you don't want to do it, Johnny, believe me, there's no oath that I am having to keep, and we're happy to participate in a trick for you.
Yes, I have no problem lying to a trickster god. Absolutely.
It'll certainly be a telltale if nothing else.
As this whole journey has been.
And if it doesn't work out, we could always just swing our weapons at him, see what happens.
I certainly wouldn't mind venting some of this frustration.
Well then, who do we need to trick?
I suppose for now, maybe we make landfall. Whatever thing we have to do to entreat this god's presence, it probably can't be done from this boat.
Right? Tank, I think, is the one that's with you.
Tank.
You
Tank,
know,
you
boss.
drift
Tank is with-
off to the shoreline again.
Johnny very calmly dismounts. I think he immediately goes for his bag, his priest pack, and takes out a censer and some incense and lights it and just sits into very, very calm meditation. Just, I must commune with my God for a bit. My soul is a bit troubled.
What is this an actual, like, are you reaching
I'm not
out
actually
to
taking any
Gawain?
action or anything.
Okay.
He's just trying to center himself.
Got it. Adam.
Question. Oh,
Oh.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
Let's see here. As someone who You are familiar with the roads of the wood and escape paths used by bandits. When I'm not in combat, I can usually cut through forest areas fast, but would I maybe know of any routes around here that are commonly used by folk around the woods?
It would not be hard for you to find. You're a little disoriented, but just half an hour of looking around, you could get your bearings.
I don't mean to press us for time, but if we do have to do some sort of trick, we need someone to perform the trick on, yes?
I suppose that's true, yes.
I could procure someone if you guys want to, though it's not necessarily what I'd love to do.
Well, I'm not sure how far of a trick or a prank we have to go through to entreat this god's presence, but mayhap we simply move along the road and see who we encounter and play it out from there. I do believe, to some degree at least, the sort of final play in this trick will have to be mine.
Well, just from what I know about things like this, Clarkia says very suspiciously, those most willing to stop for strangers are those who think that strangers are in distress. And if a kind soul believes that we are in distress, just as we were tricked, we could also lure someone to believe that we are in distress in some way. Perhaps we use ourselves as bait and we encounter those in the woods who would be more susceptible to trickery.
Let me get this right. You intend to trick to get this god's attention, correct?
It appears to be the plan.
I think we're going to have to perform a highway robbery.
Yes. This is going to...
I made you all into bandits literally with my eyes closed.
All right. If this is going to work,
Shut
I
up,
think
Adam.
this...
I
John, you
I
may...
have a plan that might make this a little easier on at least me. From what I understand of encounters with robbery, it tends to be a two-phase plan. There's the actual ambush, as it were, which I assume you all would have to be comfortable doing. There also has to be, bait. Madam, would you mind retrieving my robe from the mast of the ship?
Yes.
Thank
And
you.
she starts to unfasten it.
If I'm to do this, I'd like to not do it in the buff. Thank you.
Fair.
I mean, that might actually improve the chances of success.
Johnny just blushes, just bright pink, just. Nonetheless, Madam and Adam, I trust the two of you could find us a good spot for this plan of ours.
I definitely think that I could find you an okay spot. Now, how many of us are there? There are 5, 6, including. I don't want to make anyone participate who doesn't want to. Referring to Tank, but
Tank will abstain.
Will abstain. We'll need.
Just looking at us.
We'll need a lookout, a runner, a hustler, a lifter, and a captain.
I mean, I can lift things pretty well.
Great. Which means that you'll be taking the actual item when it comes down to it.
Is it going to be heavy?
Well, it's just a Johnny's locket, so hopefully not.
Oh, is this going to be a delicate hands thing or?
I think that it would probably be more of a delicate hands operation.
Huh.
I thought you meant like picking something up. Okay, yeah, maybe not me.
You know what? If I do need something heavy lifted, Hugh is going to be my number one pick. But
Got
I'm pretty used to being a lookout, so I can take on that role.
I suppose the hustler is the one spinning the yarn in this case.
Or the captain. The captain is the lead.
Fair.
It might have to be you, because this all depends on your frame of mind.
Whichever you need me to do. I do have a plan, though, once we're at our spot.
Mm-hmm. If I can give you some advice for someone who knows her way around things like this. If you want this, trickster's attention. If you want them to be tempted, you are going to have to believe it yourself for a time being. Because the primary thing about tricks and this thing is you have to believe it. You have to be sure of yourself. And if we do this and you hold back, they're probably not going to come.
Yes, then I believe I have a plan. We'll need several things. The first, whichever of you is planning to do this heist, you all have to be hiding around me as we position. I may or may not need one of you to be a secondary aid to my bluff, but I think I'll be okay without that. So you all can just hide out. Madam, if you're being our lookout, then you'll have to be a bit picky with our target choice. This sounds a bit weird, but they'll need to be a woman.
I can definitely tell the difference.
Someone strong, perhaps. Someone who could defend someone like little old me.
Yeah, I'll pick the target to the best of my ability.
All right. And there's one last thing we need to make this as convincing as possible. He will wheel over to Adam. Hit me.
Huh?
Hit me. Hard.
Where?
Please. Somewhere convincing that'll leave a mark. Face if you could.
Adam is gonna smack you on the ass. Is that what you had in mind?
Sorry, Ajani literally can't speak right now. He's just kind of blushing. No, but I think that'll do.
I don't know what this plan is, but count me in.
Just go hide with the rest, please.
All right.
Thank
Perhaps we can do some sort of illusion to make you look injured.
you. Yes, that'll be fine.
Melry, do you think there's anything you can do for him?
Oh, I think I can definitely do something. I'm gonna have to maintain updated. So every so often she'll like wave her hands, and it'll just be like a wound will appear. Like, we'll have it be on a leg.
All right, then I'll try to play the part. And he'll kind of just the rest of you go and make yourselves comfortable. Madam, let me know when we have our target. He'll try to
All right.
put himself up against a tree and look very injured.
I would like to climb the tree that Ajani is in and nestle myself between some branches a little higher up to try to see down the road and see if that I can see people as they come, but from a hidden vantage point.
Sure. I feel like you got that without a roll. I feel like that is what your character is built to do.
Great. Well, does there appear to be anyone on the road as of just yet?
Remind me what you're looking for. You're looking for female?
We're looking for a strong woman.
Strong woman.
A strong woman.
Looking for a muscle wife.
Okay. You see, or before you see, you hear the creaking of wheels, and you see a large lumbering badger coming up towing a cart behind her.
Can I do a? Can I make a check to see if I can gain any more? I don't know, if insight or perception on what her deal is.
Yeah, do perception, please.
Okay. Ooh, nice. 7 + 5, 13. 12.
So you can tell this looks like it looks like she has had a long life of heavy labor and farming, very like healthy and strong, like years of muscle, but maybe upper middle age. There's some silver in her fur, but it doesn't seem like it's slowing her down. And it looks like she's towing behind her like a large cart's worth of like winter squash.
Okay, great. And it doesn't appear that there's anyone else near her or with her?
No, she looks like she's by herself. You can see that across her back, it looks like there's a bow staff.
There's a badger mom that's on her way up here. She's just a little bit away. If you call out as if in pain, she may respond.
Very well then. I believe it's time to put on a show.
Hey, Ajani.
Yes.
You can do this. It's okay. And it doesn't make you any less of a person.
Thank you, madam. But on the contrary, you'll see him flash a very, very coy smirk. I know I can do this.
Well, Godspeed then. And I nestle and I watch.
He'll look at the wound on his leg and just take a very deep breath and just... Oh, please, if someone's there, please help, please.
Clarkia, you see the badger kind of turn her head towards the sound and squint. And she sort of lifts off the cart and comes over somewhat warily because bandits. Oh, what's in there?
Oh, thank the heavens. Please, I was trying to escape and I seem to have injured my leg. I can't get up.
She uses her staff to sort of move the brush to get a better look at you. That looks nasty. How did that happen?
Some man came over me. This look in his eye and the way he touched me. So very uncomfortable. I tried to get away, but he slashed at me. I got as far as I could, but my legs gave out. I can't feel them anymore.
Deception. Please.
Thankfully, I got real high charisma. I just hate that I'm doing this.
I think Melody's like, Melody's hiding and just kind of like going like this, trying to like keep the illusion up. Like
that's a 14 plus 3 for a 17 in total.
You're not from around here, are you?
No, this is not my part of the wood. My family was traveling and I got separated from them.
Oh, you shouldn't get that close. To the school, they come in, they look for pets. They try to practice their magic on us. You have to be careful.
The human school, yes, I've heard things about it. You seem, and at this point, the look in Johnny's eyes is just this very, very flirtatious patting. Just, you seem very strong. Could you please help me up?
I'll help you up. And she lumbers over, puts out a large paw. And you're pretty big, but she's much bigger.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he'll just kind of like fully like wrap himself around her arm, just like, oh, thank you so very much.
Ugh, enough of that. I'm too old.
I certainly couldn't tell. You shine of experience, not age.
I shine of both. Come with me. She hauls you over to the cart and plops you on the back with the gourds.
He'll just fawn over a bit. Just, Ajani, madam, and your name?
My name?
Yes, that I might properly praise my savior.
You can call me Ellie.
Thank you, Madam Ellie, so very much. I understand we're about to move, but please, before you travel in this cart, might I just have a minute to gather my bearings? I'll stay here. I won't move, I promise. I still feel a bit dizzy.
Oh, fine. Take your time. I wanted a water break anyway. I'm making great time today, so it's fine.
Thank you so very much again. And I think he just cut his eyes up to the tree and have this very, very uncomfortably pleading look on his face. Just. And I think at this point he would turn back over into the cart and try as convincingly as he can to seem like he is looking for something to be worth taking.
Do you want Ellie to perceive you as like rummaging for something to take?
Not Ellie per se, but I have a feeling that if Ellie sees it, this person who I want to see it will see it.
Okay.
So you know what? Let's go for the spice. Sure, why not? I'll have Ellie see.
Okay. I'm afraid all I've got is gourds.
Oh no.
You can have one if you're desperate.
Oh no. He'll just hop up. This is a robbery! Hand over any valuables you have and step away from the cart, please. And thank you.
And hearing this, I think Clarkia like perks up and is like, oh, and starts to scramble down the tree and draws her swords and runs out into the middle of the road in front of the badger's cart.
I guess Hugh would also pop out and say, yeah, hand over all your gourds.
Adam's there too. He really just thinks this is a mess.
Yes, please step away from the cart, or else my friends may perhaps be inclined to cause harm upon you, and we would not like to do that, so please, and thank you, if you'd like, step away from the cart. Madam, please, thank you.
All right, miss. Now, Johnny, you're being a little bit too nice to our fair madam here. We've got you outnumbered. You're not going to defeat us. We're going to take your cart and we're going to take your supplies, and there's not much that you can do about it. So you can either run, you can stay where you are and get killed, or, live to fight another day. Your choice. Squashless, cartless.
Intimidation.
Ooh, can I help by creating probably still being hidden, but she's gonna create the sound of like rustling in the nearby, like there's other hidden people, just to sell.
Johnny just looks around, just like, and I am very much consenting and agreeing with this thing that's happening.
I would say
use an inspiration point, please. On the
you have advantage from Melry.
Okay, great, because that was a 6.
Oh no!
And this was a 19 minus 1, 18.
Okay. You can see her look around and try to do some mental math for how many are around you, but she looks like she's holding her ground.
Gonna kick her ass.
You don't get as old as I am without killing a couple of bandits.
Oh,
And she has her bow staff.
Oh no!
She's got a great posture, a great starting stance.
Damn it. Ajani will turn her around, like he'll hop down from the cart, look her directly in the eyes while cupping her hands, having her look at his very, very bright yellow eyes, and say in a soft, velvety voice, "You don't want to hurt me, do you, love?" And tapping into his Vulpin magic, he will cast Charm Person.
All right.
Uh-oh.
This is definitely gonna get the tricksters like attention. 100%.
I feel so gross. I hate this so much.
What
Yeah.
What does she need to be?
It's a charisma save.
Natural one.
Oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
so I guess she just gets this like very, very soft look in her eyes, and I was just like, no.
Yeah, she loosens her grip on the bow staff, just kind of like brings it to the side and leans on it. I don't want to fight. It's been a long day. I've got a long day ahead of me.
Yes, and you need to rest.
I need to rest.
Get some sleep. I'll be here when you wake up.
Just a short nap. I don't want to miss out on anything.
Of course.
Kind of like goes and finds a nice patch and nuzzles up.
Ajani just bristles.
Search the cart for valuables.
I am going to say investigation.
Nope. Where is it? Oh, yeah, 5.
Nope. Some of the gourds are great.
Nice quality gourds.
Nice quality. Sizable. Symmetrical.
Well-rounded gourds. Really.
Well, good heft.
Sorry.
Well, you've done it. You've tricked her. What do we do now?
Please tell me that was enough.
Do we steal her cart? Do we further the illusion?
I don't know.
It's okay. I know this isn't easy for you.
I've never used my people's magic before. I don't want to be that kind of person.
Listen, you can't help with what magic is inside you and how you were born. Just the only thing that you can do is figure out how to use it for better. And this doesn't feel good, but we're not going to harm her. And if it pleases you, once this is done, we can make it up to her. But if we're gonna lure out this trickster god, we've got to commit to this all the way.
I think Ajani would, like, from under his robes, take like the one holy symbol he always keeps on him, and I think he would very, very slowly place it on like the ground in front of him and just, okay. What should I do? Do I just...
I think we need a...
Do I call out to him?
I think you should. We're going to make it look like... We're going to need to make it look like we've kidnapped her. And she can't know that it's a joke, because therein is the trick.
Can I leave that to you all, at least?
Of course. I'm gonna open my burglar's pack, which I have, and I'm gonna. I guess no, it wouldn't. She wouldn't be just sleeping. I mean, if she's still charmed and thinks that we're okay, I'm going to what's in this pack. It's I've got so I've got some rope and some string, and I want to try to I'm gonna start to tie her up, and since she's charmed, I think I'm just gonna be like, we're just gonna make sure that, you know, there's no opportunities for you to want to do any work right now. We're gonna just take care of things for you. And I start to tie her up.
Sure. She does not resist.
Mm-hmm.
How
Johnny would
relaxing being tied up by strangers.
Okay. There you go.
Johnny would just walk over somewhere quiet, and I think wouldn't call him by name, but just to himself would just say, like, you know what I did. If that's what you wanted, then come out and let this be done with already.
You hear nothing.
What else do I have to do? I've given up so much. I've already failed and abandoned my guardianship, betrayed my God, and become the same kind of liar everyone already thinks I am. I may as well just give in already anyway.
You feel a warmth around you. And you open your eyes, and there is a figure there, but it's not who you expect. You see in front of you what vaguely looks like Sir Morin, but younger and like with a glow about him.
Master?
Sort of. I'm sorry. I know you're probably exhausted of seeing this form, but it was the friendliest face I could think of. I need you to know, Johnny, that you have not strayed from your path.
And who are you to know that?
Some might call me the one riding the path.
Galwin?
There is no such thing as perfection, and that which you strive for in some ways holds you back.
I have only tried to be the best person that I can in every given moment, to never err in my creed to serve.
I know that, and I know that it comes from a place of love. But I need you to know that accepting yourself fully for what you are and making what goodness you can with that, it serves me as well.
I hadn't thought of it much that way. I've tried always to just give wherever I can.
Giving is one of my greatest tenets, but when you give at the expense of yourself, you're taking from yourself.
I understand. I think.
I do not think you'll find him here. I think he has gotten what he wanted, and I'm not sure that he can be tempted out while he gloats over his prize.
My necklace. How can I right this wrong, my lord?
I think that if you have faith, as within all things, you will find your path leads you where you need to be.
I will trust in my faith in you, and in those who call me their compatriot.
Trust in yourself as well. I trust in you, as do your compatriots.
It's not something I'm used to trying, but I can try. There's one more thing, my lord, if you'll indulge me. One of my compatriots, one of my friends, she is burdened by a great number of things. A past full of wounds. I am sworn to ease the burdens of all those around me, and I do all that I can to ensure that she sees that beyond all that pain, she is something amazing. I ask of you, what more can I do for her?
I see the way in which you care for her, and I feel the weight of loss that she carries. But it is for her to decide to put that weight down. It's not something that you can do for her. But you can be there with her. I know that's not the answer you want.
It is, however, the correct one. I will remain at her side. Thank you, my lord, for your wisdom and for this lesson.
And please know that whatever you are, whatever you want to be, who you are is a Vulcan. You are not defined by some traits of a trickster god that looks vaguely like you. The goodness, the loyalty, the perseverance, those are all traits of Vulcan as well, because those are traits of you.
Never thought of it that way.
Is that all?
I think so. Thank you.
May I ask one more thing of you then?
Anything, my lord.
Can you please untie Madame Ellie?
Of course, Matt. No problem. Yes. Thank you. Sorry, of course.
And as you're sort of quickly bowing your head in between two quick blinks, the path in front of you suddenly retains this unnatural, more bluish lighting. The warmth dissipated.
I suppose everything is a test in the end. I think you'll just turn and start walking back with a noticeable, more increased degree of calm towards his friends. Just, you all can untie Madame Ellie now.
Did the trickster god show up?
He didn't, but someone else certainly did.
I start undoing the ropes. This was all just a big joke, Madam Ellie. Big joke.
You all are hilarious.
Aren't we? I start coiling it back up and pop it back in my pack.
Yeah. Johnny again just says, we won't find what we're looking for here, but we should stay on the path for now. Where we're headed, I believe we'll find Krell again. And if possible, my necklace. I promise I'll get it back.
Johnny, though you have been robbed of your magical artifact, I want you to know that you were chosen before you had magic powers. And it was not because of your ability to wield the artifact, it was because of you. So, though we may have had a little misstep here, everybody makes mistakes. let's let this poor woman go on our way. And I still believe that you're just as much a guardian as the rest of us, even if you don't get the chance to convince people of lies. You wouldn't have done that anyway.
I found I'm not very good at it. He'll walk over to Ellie and lean over and plant a very chaste kiss on the top of her forehead to undo the spell.
She comes to you, blinking in clarity and a little bit aggressive as her instinct. What did you do to me?
My apologies. This has all been a wild misunderstanding. I understand if you are furious with us, and had I not have simply given all of my gold to a friend's family recently, I would offer you some compensation. Please take my solemn apologies.
Oh, I got this one. Clarkia pulls out 20 gold pieces and says, I certainly hope that this will help to compensate for your delay in your journey. We're extremely sorry. It's truly misunderstanding. Yeah. And she places it into her hand with her head bowed in shame.
I have traveled this road for a long time, and I've met a lot of bandits, and you lot are the worst. I better not see you again.
That's actually somewhat reassuring to hear, miss. Thank you.
Honestly, it's a compliment. We'll take it. Thank you.
She goes in a huff and loads up her cart and moves on down the road.
I wasn't lying, though, ma'am. You do look wonderful.
Ugh. I know.
Do you think it would have been too much to ask to buy a gourd? I'm a little peckish.
Apologies, friend. I don't believe we'll get a fair price on that gourd at this point.
After what we just did to that poor woman, I don't think that we deserve any of her wares.
However, this might help. And he'll just close his fist and hold out a bushel of golden berries and casting good berry in the process.
God, you guys and your berries.
Gotta love the berries.
Listen, the aesthetic. Speaking of which, as he tosses the bushel over to Hugh and wheels around to Adam, and you pokes him in the chest. Ask next time.
You asked me.
Touche.
Well, you really are the worst bandits. We've got a lot of work to do.
No, I think this might just about end our career as highwaymen and women. Yes?
You say so. Well, I got the sense from that badger that we're getting pretty close to the school. What do you say?
That's true. I suppose we can continue on. Though by foot or by river again?
Well, river hasn't done us too bad so far, save for the occasional distraction. Would we like to head back?
The river does seem full of distractions, doesn't it? Anyway, I think we can all agree that this one was a little bit of a misstep. And I'm sorry if I was so eager to push you into something you weren't comfortable with, Johnny. That wasn't my intention, but I believed that maybe it could help lure out that trickster god for you.
That's all right, madam. There was no way for us to know otherwise. It's perfectly fine. Nonetheless, I certainly wouldn't mind traveling by boat. I could use a rest.
Melville will poke her head out of the bushes like, we're done?
Yes, Mallory.
We got way
Wonderful, by the way.
Do we have back?
Yes, I feel that's our next step. No more dilly-dallying and no more distractions.
Oh.
Agreed. Let's push straight through.
It was looking pretty dicey there for a little while. I thought for sure that she was going to throw down.
Yes, I felt at least a few of my rib cages being threatened.
All right, you head back to the raft. I would say you're just a couple hours before the river starts to curve to the side, and it seems that it will take you away from the school if you go much further. So you disembark there, And it's a short trek through the woods.
Thank you so much for helping us down that path. We know that it took longer than you might have expected, and I know that you're worried about your siblings. So please, thank you once again, and we'll hopefully meet soon.
I appreciate that. Godspeed.
Yes, safe travels.
You as
You
well.
are a wonderful friend. Thank you for your help.
See if we can hopefully be swimming buddies in another day. And I think they fist bump.
Aww.
Yeah, you get a beaver tail paddle fist bump, like high five more so.
Love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
High praise.
It actually kind of hurts, but it's fine.
Well, about what time is it? Should we travel forward from here or get some rest out here while we're here?
It's probably late afternoon.
I still think we have some sunlight left in us.
Yeah,
We might want to
we've got a
approach
few
the
hours.
castle. We might want to approach the castle in the waning darkness, where it will be harder for humans to see.
Agreed.
But on the other hand, it'll probably be a lot harder to get a safe place to lay our head when we're in there.
That's true. Well, if we make our way towards the school now, and Adam, where did you say Aurora was waiting?
I mean, she's not waiting for us. I just know that I heard that she had fallen in with a crew that takes up residence in the school.
You sound a little
Right.
jealous there, friend.
What kind of a crew?
Yes.
A group of opportunists, ne'er-do-wells,
So more of you.
but more cowardly because they're just hunkered down in that school.
I mean,
Whereas I'm
Not
out on
feeling
the
like-
streets.
Nothing like comparison yet, but fine.
Well, you've been certainly extremely fearsome as a bandit so far, from what I've seen of you.
Yes, so very threatening.
Honestly, if any of you had consulted me about that banditry, it would have gone much better.
Yeah.
I am fearsome.
Nonetheless, let's head into at least towards this school so we can start making our way in. Once we're inside, we can find Aurora. And I can tell her you groped me.
That's a lie, though, and you're not allowed to lie.
Really?
Part of our deal is getting Aurora to like this fine gentleman. So perhaps we don't mention the missteps we've had along the way.
I'm not sure even my god can make this one likable, but we can try.
All right, so you trek a couple more hours until you see the edge of the trees and the silhouetted castle beyond.
We're here, friends.
Mm-hmm.
yes, back again here.
However, you've had experiences in the castle before, yes?
Yes. I wanted to go here, but it wouldn't let Corvum in. Thought I was one of the familiars, but the children are troublesome.
Well, not to dig through your traumas, obviously, but.
Oh no, I wanted to come back here
Fair enough.
and finish business and whatnot.
Is there an easier way in? Preferably one accessible to us non-flying folk?
I could.
You did just say you were familiar or something with them, right? What is?
I know my way around humans. And I think I could get us in. Although, there is a little bit of risk. And you would all have to be at least a little bit stealthy.
I'll do my best.
Well,
All right.
I'll keep my armor off for now, and that should certainly at least make it kind of easy.
So one thing beforehand is that if you're caught, there's two things you can do that are very effective. Johnny, you do that thing that you did with the badger with the eyes, the eyes and the sad look.
Do I
They seem
have
to like that. they'll be like, "Ooh, look at the little thing," and then they'll wander away at some point. Or you can just do the little like snarling thing. That's equally effective.
Do you think I can intimidate them?
Well, you're the fiercest creature in all the wood. I don't see why not, madam.
Yes. The little chittering noise, they don't seem to like that very much. They don't necessarily know what it means, but if they spooks them a little bit.
Sudden movements.
You actually, you know what works? Darting very close to them and then stopping and then darting away. Freaks them out.
Okay.
Although watch out, they might use magic.
Do you think lightning would scare them more than that?
Lightning would definitely scare them. It would also probably
Got it. Use lightning.
do not. Maybe hold off on lightning because then more of them will come.
Okay.
You gotta watch out for the
use
really.
light.
You gotta watch out for the teachers. The teachers know the really strong magic. We can deal with the students. Just don't get the attention of the people teaching because they know all sorts of like teleportation magic, holding magic, illusions, all sorts of stuff. It's not fun. Believe me. But
Entire school of wizards.
But I think I do have one trick up my sleeve that would get us in.
Trick away.
Do not be alarmed. And she's gonna cast. Let me know if this works. I'm gonna cast alter self on myself. I'm gonna look like a human being, like a small like student.
Oh my.
How does that work?
Huh?
How does the spell work?
See before and cast a spell, choose one of the following options. Change appearance. You transform your appearance, decide what you look like, include your height, weight, facial features, sound of your voice, hair length. You can make yourself appear as another race. Keep statistics. Can appear as a different size, and basic shape stays the same. So she's gonna have to like be like very like hunched over and stuff like that. Be a weird, just a very strange looking like kid.
Sure. Well, I think that especially with like wizardly robes, sort of, it'll probably be easy to sort of have that bulkier bottom shape of a bird.
Yeah.
We can all go in the trench coat.
Yeah.
And stack on top of each other.
All right. Well, before your eyes, Mallory transforms.
Oh my. Yeah. This is gonna be a very
into a student.
Yeah.
A spooky student.
Yeah. She still has like she's trying her best to hide it, but she still has like the bird mannerism where like
the twitch kind of.
Well, it's also the twitch and like the head kind of like stays level no matter what thing going on. Yeah, it's like it's very. It's like the weirdest like kid.
Well, your magic still remains impressive as always, Mallory.
Thank you. As long as they don't investigate too further, I think I can get us in and unlock some doors. I think I know my way around.
All right, then we'll follow your lead.
What are the limitations? Is there a time duration or anything like that?
Up to an hour. This is gonna be very fast. It's like yes, I can only hold it for so long. Hopefully before scrutiny, I'd say about an hour or so. Let's just be on the safe side. Let's make it less.
Okay.
This definitely seems like something you've done before, but I'm not going to ask.
Who is like Clark? Could you pretend to be my little pet? Just like sit on my shoulder and just
yes, I think
a bunch
so.
of them have like little animal buddies. So
I've seen them, but there's one little problem, and she pulls her tail forward. Hold on, I want to take some cloth out of my burglar's pack and wrap my tail in a spiral so it looks like a skinny rat tail instead of a squirrel tail.
Absolutely. I'm going to say you
This-
succeeded that.
Great. This maybe this will help to fool them.
That
I
should
find
be.
that most humans aren't very discerning when it comes to different species.
So no, as long as it looks cute, they will, at least to them, they won't really care. Any sort of like different things is usually a novelty to them.
Okay. And I kind of crawl up and position myself on her shoulder.
What's your plan for the rest of us?
Just follow behind, and I will see if I can open up some of the doors, or have them open up some of the doors, and then just rush in.
Alrighty then.
Sounds like a plan. And I will call it there for the evening. Thank you all very
We gotta
much.
sneak into this school, pretend to be kids.
Oh well, can a crow pretend to be a human being for?
We'll see how
It'll
all
be-
that goes.
It'll be wonderful. I'm
Yes,
so here
nothing
for
will
it.
go wrong with any of this. All right. I would love if you could pass out some inspiration points to one another. If you have any favorite moments.
I'll start.
Oh.
Melry turning into a human came out of nowhere.
I can just
That is true.
imagine her. Oh my gosh, I can just imagine her.
It's like a
Like
tiny
a short
gremlin
little
child.
wizard.
Yeah.
But you know what? Wizards can be real short, real
Wizards
small.
are short little gremlin children. What do you mean?
Mhm.
The human Sona is goth, right?
Yes, extremely.
Yes.
Oh, Ajani, the conversation about grief and loss and moving on is just a really nice universal one that I enjoyed having with you.
Oh, you stole mine. I was
Beautiful,
gonna- I was
beautiful
gonna say that
times.
one. Fine, then I'm gonna go ahead and say that I'm gonna pass mine to you for the other half of that conversation because it was a very, very inspired moment to have back and forth between two players, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Appreciate it.
Oh, that whole stagecoach thing was very the robbery thing was
The robbery was
oh,
hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh,
God. I was afraid she was
Robbery
gonna
none of
start
us wanted
fighting.
to commit.
She seemed honestly like the most feisty, like
she would have
badger.
kicked
Like,
all of
she
our
would've
asses. I'm
she would
certain
have
of it.
whooped all
She
of
would've-
us.
Yo,
That was
she
a
would have thrashed
17th
all of
level
us.
monk.
No question. I'm
She
certain
was
of it.
she was ready. Like I don't know.
We would have
that-
all gotten
that-
whooped. No question. So completely understanding of that.
God.
That was definitely like an epic level monk.
Yeah. You're like 2-tap instant stun locked for like 30 rounds, you know? Like,
Yes.
It's like
Not even
boom.
that.
How
Spend
much
a key point
damage?
to hit you 4 more times? Nope, I'm cool. I'm good. I'll pass. Thank you.
How much damage was that? 60 points. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's just like, oh, okay, cool. There goes most of my health bar. Cool, love that. Oh yeah, well she got 4 more attacks. What? Oh,
What?
okay.
Oh, she has a plus 15. Oh, what?
I do love playing a monk.
Monks are pretty fucking
Monks
dope.
are-
Yeah. All right. So, thank you so much for joining us, viewers, and thank you for joining me, players,
Yeah.
and thank you behind the scenes to Anita. My name is Avalon. You can find me in most social media places at @a_cat attack. I am gonna pass it the opposite way this time. I will do it to Kels.
Oh, hi. Yes. I've been Kels. You can find me mostly on socials at PokeKels, and living life, making Pokemon art, and saving animals in my spare time. Reach out anytime. I'm here. I'm here on the internet.
Mallard.
Oh, that's me. I definitely assumed I was going second. That's certainly what happened. I'm Mallardman on the internet. That's my Twitter handle. My Twitter handle is mallardman0523. You can catch me in both of those places. This week we are not doing Dub Club on Tuesdays. We're doing it on Thursdays. That's probably the day we're going to do it from now on. Mostly because I have a class on Tuesday now. But if you didn't know, Dub Club is the esports team that's literally never lost that I play with Hushikid and It's the Riddler, also known as AJD. two of my very good friends who you've probably seen on this channel before. Other than that, just follow me on Twitter and I'll announce other stuff as they come into relevance. And I will pass it up.
Dylan.
Okay. Like, what's up?
Like, what direction is
I looked
up?
over there like, oh, wait a minute, hold up.
Oh yeah, but I am Lynn Flying Cirrus on pretty much Twitter, Twitch, every place else where you can find my art and what I'm doing throughout the week, including on Saturday we're playing our Scion game, Birth of New Gods, where I am a Kitsune godling. So it's a lot of the usual thing of transforming into either people or animals tends to be my thing. So
Last but not least.
I guess that's me. What's up, folks? I'm Young Foxy, also known as Big Foxy, aka your favorite fox. You can find me on the Twitter sphere at Big Foxy, BIG_FOXXII. I don't go right wingers, I slay fascists. It's a good time. Beyond that, I'm usually hanging out over on Neon Lights Roleplay in the Twitch area. I do lots of stuff there, tabletop role playing related. In particular, this weekend I got all kinds of stuff going on. Hang out more specifically on Sunday for the concluding session, the finale of our flagship campaign, Neon Night City Lights, our Cyberpunk Red campaign. My Cyberpunk fixer will probably die, but it'll be super dramatic and awesome. So come see that; it'll be awesome. And yeah, that's all I got. This is a lot of fun. Had a great time.
Thank you so much. And I'm so glad to be back. Yeah, it was a long break and I missed you all. And another huge thank you to Critical Misses for hosting us and putting this all together. Please like, follow, subscribe, sub, bits, all the Twitch things.
Do the things.
And that's it for me. Good night. Oh no, nope, not good night. We're gonna raid. I don't know who. We're gonna raid Sensei Suplex. So please stick around and support them.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.